Hey everybody, welcome back to the Austin Lindsay channel. Today I'm talking about the Atomos Shinobi field recorder, so let's get into it. So I'm going to walk you through just a few of the features. If you don't see any of the assist features, you want to push the monitor feature down here. If you push it again, it'll take away all the assist features but leave you some of the basics right here, which is your waveforms and your audio recording and your battery. You can also tap again and it'll get rid of everything on the screen. Right now I'm running with a 5D Mark III, which doesn't seem to give me a clean HDMI output on the Shinobi. It'll do it on a few other products, but this one, it still has this square in the middle, so pardon the little square. So let's start with the monitor. You'll go into the waveforms here. If you tap down in the left-hand side, you can change on the display where the waveform displays. You can also tap on the settings button over here and you can bring up the brightness or the darkness of the waveforms. You can also bring up the opacity so it'll kind of hazy show over the screen, or you can have it so it blocks out the screen and shows your waveforms entirely. I like it so when it blocks out the screen. And then you can also use these same buttons over here to bring out your corner view, your lower third, or your full screen view. And you can push the X and bring that take that away. This settings feature works on a lot of these assist features down here. So moving on to the Rgb Parade, you have red, green, and blue that shows up here. Same thing, you can make it full screen or move it down to the lower left. This Rgb waveform does show the RGB colors. Same thing here. You can bring its brightness up and down and change its opacity. So then you have a vetroscope and a vetroscope zoom, and if I put a color chart in here, you can see where it'll spike out to the corresponding colors. I can get that to focus real fast. If I take it away, it's mostly a muted blur because of the bokeh, but then you bring this in and you can see where the colors start spiking. So that's really handy on this monitor. We'll go back to focus, and then we have a histogram which stays down in the bottom left. This one doesn't go full screen. You also have an RGB histogram. Then we have this sort of heads-up display which I really like. It gives you your video view, it gives you your waveforms down at the bottom, histogram, vetroscope, your audio signal, and then you can adjust the brightness of your waveform here. Push the X, it'll get you out of there. You have your focus peaking, and then you can go into your settings here and change the colors of your focus peaking. You can also adjust black and white, and then you can adjust just seeing the edges on the focus peaking. Let me change some of the focus real fast. You can also adjust how thin or how thick the edges are, which is kind of handy. So from there we have our focus peaking, and then you can go into the settings here and you can adjust where the focus peaking turns on. So if you want it to turn on at a certain IRE, then you can adjust it down here. Push that and then the settings will go away. Then you have your false color over here. You have a code on the side here which will show you how light or dark your scene is. So the whites up here is going to be really red because they're all just blown out. And then you have the shadows in the blue color. And then I'll adjust this here. As I adjust the iris down from 2.0 to f8, you can see the shadows coming back in. And I can go back up to 2.8 and then you can see the sky coming back in. Then if you scroll your finger across the bottom, you'll show some more assist features. Right here is your blue color. This brings out your blue channel in your camera, and this noise is usually in the blue channel, so this will kind of help show you how much noise there is in your image. Moving on from there, we have a zoom function. You have a 2x zoom and a 4x zoom, and you can also push this to get back out of it. You can move your finger along here in this little box, which will move the image around. You can also touch and drag on the screen and it'll move the image around as well. Then from there you have your aspect ratios. This will just scroll through them each time you push the aspect ratio button and then come back to the beginning. From here you have some guides, a couple of video safe guides here. And then from there you have a few different de-squeezing options. So that's everything from the bottom assist features. At the top here you have a few different tabs from your input LUTs, audio, battery, and your info. Moving on to the top part of the screen, you have some input LUTs, you have audio options, which turns your headphones up or down. You have your battery info, and then your Shinobi info itself. So coming back to the input tab, you can sense what log is being sent out to the Shinobi from your camera. And then you can go into your input or your monitor tab down here when you push the monitor up top. And then you can see your native footage that your camera's putting out, or you can put on Shinobi's Rec 709 LUT. You can change it to a hybrid log gamma and a few other things. And then you can input LUTs in here. There's actually a SD card slot on the side, so you can import your own LUTs if you'd like. All right, everybody, that's my review of the Atomos Shinobi field recorder. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments field. I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks everyone for watching.